What's going on, everybody? What's happening? What's happening? What's everybody up to, huh? What are you guys all doing? I gotta hit a button here. Something's messed up. There we go. I think we're back to normal. So, yeah, it's looking like Panda's live also, so we don't have too many viewers right now. I thought usually he goes an hour before me, but it looks like he decided to start not too long ago. So, anyway, we do have Squirrel Master in the house. I do see you, Mr.
Nuclear power plant, Rud Putz.
In the house, Mr. Red Putz. Will a Blapnap, what's going down? What do we got? Adilta Geyer. We got Jerem Gold from France. Awesome. What's going on in France today? We got snow here. There's snow on the ground outside where I'm at right now. So that's crazy. Ryan Doherty, what is happening? Bits, please. YT, what's going on? Crypto Trampoline, 100%. I see you over there, Scaper in the Twitchster. What is happening? Kind of jumped on me. We got Jock Miner UK. Mike Metcalf, not Mothman, so he's not predicting nothing for us, any tragedies or anything, so that's all right. Tommy Coin, what's going on? Pump back on. Yeah, we're seeing some green. That was an insane time, huh? What was that, Friday? Was that Friday? Yeah, that was Friday. Everything just went kaboom, down to nothing. A major story was this one. You guys, I've been doing some tweets about it, and lots of people have as well. Kaspa, like what? Like, look at this. We can't see it in the 1 day anymore, but this thing dropped down to, come on, 2 cents. Actually, I think it was like 1.8 or 1.9 cents. It hit under 2 cents, but insane. That's insane. It had like a 70-some% drop, just nowhere, and then bam, it shot back up, and now it's at 6 cents here. So, if you got lucky, like obviously the time, like the very bottom here, that would be next to impossible because it shot right back up again. Most cryptos did, but was there insider trading? What do you guys think here? Do you guys think there's a lot of insider stuff happening here? It's looking like possibly, most likely, because based on all the tweets, remember, you don't know 100% how accurate anything is. It could be fake, could be not. We have no idea, but the rumors floating around, like not Kaspa oriented, but just Bitcoin in general, because that's where most of the money is. But supposedly, like 30 minutes before Trump did the announcement and like I don't even know what the announcement was. I wasn't home. I live in Canada, not the States, but obviously whatever Trump says affects the world and all the markets and everything. So I'm not exactly sure what said, but supposedly all he said was he might tariff more on China. Now, is that the case? You guys know? Was that what it was? Or he said 100% he is going to do it? I heard that he said he might. So it wasn't a major thing. It was a kind of a thing. But 30 minutes before all this happened, there was like, I don't even know what it was, $300 million short happened on Ethereum and stuff, and a whole bunch of Bitcoin. Then the announcement went through 30 minutes later, and then everything just crumbled to nothing. So is that not an obvious, some type of insider thing happening? Like there's something tied into here and something that's going on. So who knows? Who really knows what happened? We have no idea. But then, things are starting to rebound. Hopefully we can start moving to where we should be, which is the peak of the cycle this month, potentially. I don't know. But, hopefully we start hitting some new all-time highs again and things like that. So yeah, crazy stuff. Absolutely insane turmoil stuff. But it is nice to see that we are now green again. So that is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Hey, Rolo6969, I see you over there in Twitchster. Howdy, what is going on? What are you up to? What's happening? Come on, let's get some thumbs up, some more likes. We need to get more viewers than Panda Stream. We got 29, he's at 120. So come on, guys, load up like 150 other accounts. Let's do this. I'm just kidding. Oh man, Rabid, show me some coins. I want to buy cheapies. Not Mothman. I don't talk about coins or anything. Sadly, that's where you get into crypto financial advice, and this is obviously not financial advice. We deal with crypto mining and hardware, not crypto coins that turn into be scams and stuff. I try to stay away from any type of coin talking about majigger. I show you how to mine coins. We talk about coins with mining, but we don't talk about coins specifically to say what to do and things like that. So yeah, I stay away from that stuff. Not financial advice. We just talk about Panda's only at 100, so we siphoning some away. He was at 120 something. We got 30 now, so we're taking some. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Like I said, all hail Rabid. Oh man, that's insane. Would it be worth to turn on a 4-core Intel, no hyper-threading for CPU mining? Not Mothman. That depends. Like if it's for something like Monero, obviously no, it's not. Intel all sucks. You're gonna need you need at least 2 megabytes of L3 cache per thread. Now if you have free power, it don't matter what you run, but it's still only gonna get like a cent a month, maybe. I don't even know. But yeah, for the most part, you need Ryzen's. There are coins like Virus coin and stuff where none of that matters. RAM don't matter. L3 cache don't matter. A little more L2 cache, but Intel's okay on the L2. So you're okay on coins like Virus coin, but for, Cubic and Tari and random X-based coins, Monero and stuff, you're going to want to have most coins. You're going to want to have, all that L3 and stuff, and obviously more cores and threads. I have a 3700X and 3800X. Just going to build those PCs out for XMR mine. Nice. Those are good choices. Nice Ryzen ones. You have the threads. You got the L3. You'll be able to fully utilize those CPUs there. So that's awesome. There's something I was going to bring up, and I can't remember what it was. I totally forget. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hello. Visiting from the Twitchster to smash the like. Nice. Traveler's Cakes. Oh, Scaver. What's happening? What's happening, Scaver? Came in to smash that like. Any best home miner that has low power consumption and profitable at the same time? Love from India. Oh, that's a tough one. That, like, by home miner, you're assuming an ASIC type of miner, and those are really tough ones to get into as well, because the way the markets are right now, it's rough. Now, obviously, consumer grade CPUs and stuff seem to be doing a lot better than GPUs for the past 4 years. Maybe you're better off just with, getting a, 7950X or something like that. Build out a single rig and see how it goes. Feel out the market, feel out the next bear market, because that's coming up within the next couple months. So it's right around the corner. So maybe that would be. Now, you're saying home miner, so yeah, like I don't really want to touch on that too much. Like obviously right now the top home miner, like here's 400 watts, it's quiet. This is the Gold Shell XT box, $44 a day. But I've talked about this in every video about this miner, the XT box so far. Is right now it's super profitable. First batch went through, it remained profitable because there weren't many miners. Batch 2 is now available. Links and everything, obviously, in the description, as well as discount codes and stuff if you're looking. Shilling away. Rabid shill happening right now. But it's not, we don't know how many are in this batch, and it's probably not going to last. This could be negative for all we know, depending on your power price in 1 month's time, because the second batch is probably a lot bigger than the small first batch. But we don't 100% know, and Gold Shell's pushing it everywhere. Gold Shell XT box, we can see on Gold Shell's website here, and it's saying shipping soon. But yeah, they're supposed to be in right now, second batch. They're saying 1925. It went up in price. I think it was 17 or 18 in the previous batch, the first batch. Now they went up in price. Another thing that you really watch out when it comes to ordering directly from Gold Shell is, there was somebody in the States ordered this from Gold Shell. I'm not going to mention names or anything. You guys probably know who from Twitter posts and stuff, but he ended up paying like $1,800 in tariffs, like 100%. So they don't know if UPS actually charged a lot extra than they should have, because I think what are tariffs going into the States? 30% or something, 25, 30, and it's coming up to 100%. Actually, that makes sense. Trump just announced he might do 100% tariffs. Could he have already, conspiracy guys, I don't know if this is true. I got to put all the statements out there saying I have no idea. But what if Trump announced he possibly could put 100% tariffs on, which I think was that announcement, but he says he might. Now, according to who ordered this, they had to pay pretty much, it was 100% tariff. So are they already on? And he's just saying, maybe we'll put them on now. And like this was ordered 2 weeks ago or something. 3-4 weeks ago, actually. So maybe they've been on for a while. Again, I have no idea if that's a thing or not. But he had to pay, it was $1,800, and he paid like $1,800 in tariffs. So almost double the price of what it was. So you got to be very careful when ordering, because obviously all that. Now, there's ways around it. Like, I know Miner Bros, as well as these guys here, ASIC Mining Central, they do this thing, See? Yeah, see this, price kind of a little bit on the other side, which is what you want to keep those things lower, right? Drop them down. So, there's that. Again, all these are ASIC Mining Central is linked down in the description as well and stuff. I do have a discount code there for them and everything as well. So usually some of these other third parties are better, even though they look more expensive. Like here, you can see 2,049, but this is this with shipping or not? I don't know if they actually. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I know Miner Bros does, and I'm not sure if they have shipping, but some of these have shipping in the price as well. And that way it makes it long-term cheaper. Now you're thinking, oh, $2,000 versus, $1,925, where what if this ends up costing you $4,000 in the end because of tariffs? So you got to be very careful, where you shop around, look around, and all these other things. But, when it comes to home miners, like right now, obviously this is the one to have, but it's probably not going to last. Like, we looked at it before. Let's bring it up. Let's look at this actually. So how many do you think is going to be in the second batch of miners, you guys? We looked at this and we got it pretty darn close last time when we looked at this in terms of how many would be online. So now we're going to guess the new now version of how many miners could be online for profitability drops. So how many do you think is going to be on top of this? 100% on top of the tariffs already in effect. Do you think so, Squirrel Master? 130% it's going to be. So, yeah. So if the announcement just happened, it's almost seeming like based on that previous person who did purchase that one before, it's like those tariffs were already on. And they're just saying that they might put them on now. So there's a lot of background stuff going on that obviously, it doesn't seem like we're being told. But again, I'm from Canada, so it doesn't affect me as much as obviously everybody in the States. Hi, Waldo. I found Rabid, or is that Panda? GTOW. I think Cubic is the most profitable. Cubic, that's what I'm still on. I'm still on Cubic. Trying another epoch out, as we can see here. Hitting that, bam. If we come to my previous payouts here and stuff and search it, like we look at 180. It's starting to come back up again. For last week, it was around 121 divided by 18 rigs. Like, what is that right now? If we look at current prices, 121.18. 121 divided by, remember, that was only 6 days. That's $20.16 a day divided by 18. That's sitting at $1.12 before power costs per rig. And they use what, 45 to 50 cents in power. So your profit range is 50 cent plus on these at 12-cent power, depending on your power price. So obviously that's looking better than a GPU, 50 cent plus profit happening there. We're like, what's a GPU at right now? $1 something before any type of power, 17-cent profit on an HX 170, 4070, 16-cent profit. You're getting profit what these things are making in revenue. That's insane. CPUs has been the ultimate choice to mine with since Ethereum moved to proof of stake. It's just, it's just been pretty dominant in terms of profitability over them GPUs. So it's pretty crazy. Anyway, we want to redo some numbers here. So anybody have a number? So you guys, I can't remember what you guys guessed. First batch was about 100, and it seems like we were pretty close. So what do you think second batch is going to be? 200, 500, 1,000? I don't know if it'll be 1,000. But how many of these miners do you think will be of the XT boxes will be in the second batch from Gold Shell? This is where we're going to estimate some probability to see what the future could potentially look like. Let's get some prices going first. So let's just look at XTM, see what the current price is. 002678, 002678. So it's actually not down that much, 2678 anymore. So we're doing the bottom one, Atari A6 now, and then old, I should have probably put it in. So 0268, 0268. And I just want to put in these numbers for the previous one. So I'm going to go 67930, 67930, because this will be the new old, and we're going to be updating to check the new one. Difficulty 480. Yeah, so about $43. Yeah, that's right. That's where that is. So now we're gonna do some adjustments to the network difficulty to see that. So right now there is get it through India. Wait, I actually want to go into Tari Explorer just to get the current right now. SHA-3, where we at? SHA-3 hash rates sitting at 87.24 terahash. 87.24. 87.24. So it's up a bit. 87.24. 87.24. 87.24. All right. So I see my probability is showing 33 based on the current network and current price, but mining now is showing us more. It's showing us 44. Why are they showing us $44? Why? Oh, wait. 580. Did it go up in hash rate? I got 480. Does it is the XT box an extra? Did it go up an extra 100 gigahash? It used to be 480. Why is it saying 580 now? Is there a mess up here? Where's Goldshell's website? Did it get a boost in hash rate? 580 gigahash. There's more hash rate than it was before. You predict 500 XT boxes. And, okay, they're 580 now. That's interesting. They used to be 480. Huh. I have no idea. So, okay. Anyway, like I said, I don't have one, so I don't know. So maybe I got to talk to someone who got them in. So maybe they're 580. So now 40. So $4 less still. But it's a nice estimate, whatever this is going to. So now you're guessing 500. So let's say 500. That could be a safe bet. I'm thinking maybe 250 to 300, but 500 will be a nice number to shoot for. That way we have an idea. So let's just go 580 gigahash times 500. That is 290,000 gigahash. All right, so let's just bring 290,000 gigahash in here. That's 290,000 gigahash. 290,000, 1, 2, 3 gigahash. So that's an extra, what are we running this in? Terahash right now? So that's an extra 290 terahash. Wait, I just got to bring this in. Oh, yeah, so we'll just add it in here. We're in gigahash there. So we got 290, and we're just going to add it to the current network hash rate of 87,240. That'll bring it up to 377,000. So it's going, that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. So let's take a look. So here's now. This is our estimate. 377,240. So that's a pretty big number. Let's see what our profitability could look like if there's 500 units in this batch and if they all sell out. That's if they all sell out. Boom. $9. $9.45 a day. So, and that's how much is this miner? $1,900, $1,940 or something. That's before tariffs. Remember, Goldshell could have high tariffs coming in from them. So $1,925 plus taxes plus whatever. So we're just going off the base price, and there's going to be even more costs added on to this. So we're going to divide that by $9.45. 203 days of an ROI. 203. So there you go. Looking at it right now, 500 come online. That's going to drop from $40. Well, mine now is saying 44 down to about $9.45. And that's about over 200 days to ROI. So that's potentially what could happen if we see 500 of these sell. Now, I don't know if there's going to be 500. So I'm just going to go 500 batch 2, and I just want to cut that in half for, I think it's probably gonna be 250 or something, but let's just go like this. I just want to put in another one. Copy. We're gonna paste that in there. Boom. So I'm just gonna come in and go 580 times 250. That's 145,000 plus what we got now is 87,240, 232,240. So 232, 240, bam. So that's 15. So when all these ship out and go, this is with 250. I gotta adjust that. So it'll drop to anywhere between $9 to $15 a day if the price, depending on price. That's if the price remains the same. Obviously, we can adjust this to reflect how many come online. So this point moving forward, we're just going to have to pay attention to the network hash rate and see what things look like. But yeah, it looks like batch 2, depending on 250 to 500, will be anywhere between $9 and $15 a day. So interesting stuff. Do you guys think that seems accurate? Is that about what you expect to see? Scaper saying 362 XT boxes. He's getting on the precise there. 362. Oh, crazy. Firehawk 92. Is this stream better? Better than what? What are we talking about? Depends. Who are you comparing it to? Better than what? Square Master 130. China currently has a 30% tariff. Okay, sup. Hello, Jeffrey Arto. Followers goals met 220. Oh, we hit 220 followers on the Twitch there by the looks of things. So we just said followers goals just met. Nice. So we need to make a new goal now to a million. Now we'll maybe move it up to what? 500? You predict 500 power price. How to make a living mining Bitcoin? Paradigm miner. That's a tough one. First, you got to use one of my links and then buy thousands of miners. Not financial advice. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But you need cheap power. You got to find you need to get a bunch of miners and then you got to find cheap power, like 5 cents or less type of thing. You can use hosting, but you're still gonna need a lot of miners. So it's a tough one. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But yeah, not financial advice. Not gonna sustain. Less F coke. Yeah, let's do that. Automatic beats. This is my dream, and yeah, you're probably right. My only goal now is to find a BTC block with my bid axe. I think that's a lot of our goals, is hopefully we can find the Bitcoin block with our bid axes. Adiagur, team don't work on me, okay? I'm kind of old player. Hey, no problem. 254 Xboxes, BitPlease is saying. Oh, Firehawk is saying pandas. Oh yeah, this is the greatest stream when it comes to cryptocurrencies. If you see Rabid go live, that's the one you're gonna want to watch. Right, guys? Come on, am I right or what? We got 61 viewers, 25 likes. Smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button. Yeah, power is the thing that is missing for me. Infrastructure. Yeah, that's the other thing. See, infrastructure is expensive. Like, if that's one reason. Like, when it comes to like ASIC mining and stuff, depending on your home power price, like you might have decent power. 10 cents and stuff is okay power for, that's all right for like mining Dogecoin and things. It's okay for some Bitcoin at times of the market. Not good for bear market Bitcoin mining. But infrastructure, you want to expand, infrastructure is very expensive, updating panels, and depending on your power, like myself, depending if you have overhead power lines to underground power lines, mine are underground, so it's like 10 times more expensive. Like I think if I wanted to get 400 amps installed, it'd be like $3,000 to $5,000 to do it on overhead power lines. To do it because I have like 200 feet away from the lines and it's all underground, it's gonna be like $30,000. It's like insane because they got to trench it all, and the cables cost more, and it's just crazy, right? So depending on infrastructure can get very expensive. That's where like hosting companies, you got Terra over there. I should have a link in the description. If not, I got to add that in. But on my videos, I do have links there. But we got Terra there that hosts. They're at what, 8 cent power. We got what's it called? We got Metered Mining that host. They're around 8 cent power as well, I believe. And they have all the infrastructure. So just saving on infrastructure, even getting your power price down a bit, because a lot of us, 12 cent power, 15, 30, Europe, 30, 40 cent power, you're saving so much more. You're a lot more profitable using these places and not even have to upgrade your infrastructure to your house. Now, the one major thing that I know I always have, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do, is you like to see your miners. I like to hear my miners, not just check the dashboard of a pool and say, okay, there's my miner going. You like to physically touch it and see it and all this stuff. And, sometimes that's better, but, when it comes to ultimate profitability and, like I said, expenses and stuff, these hosting companies are are made for that. So, it's a good thing to use them instead of, it saves you quite a bit of money if you really think about it. Red Panda Mining hitting that like button. What is going? You done your stream already? Didn't you just start also or something? Or what happened? What's happening? What's happening over there? See, Red Panda Mining, he can vouch too. Terra and Metered Mining, they're great places, great people. Obviously, Hawk, he has a YouTube channel, so if he scams you all, everyone knows where he lives, right? So he's not going to scam you. He even goes on that news channel in the States. So his face is everywhere. So, it's a pretty trustworthy face because if he never did anything bad, that'd be very bad. People know where he is. So just be that way. I trust those places 100%. Metered Mining, Hawks with Terra and everything, you got Vistang there, Mining King, all these guys are there with Terra there, so your stuff is going to be safe. They clean stuff for you, they fix things for you, they really do a lot of good stuff there. So check it out. YouTube is suppressing notifications. Interesting. I noticed actually, what was it? It was a couple weeks ago. It's almost like everything got reset. Does that make sense? Like, before you have to go in, add notification buttons, blah, blah. But I think everything got reset a few weeks ago. Maybe it was a month ago at this point. I don't know. I've been sick for a while. Haven't been live streaming forever and stuff like that. But I have noticed things where things seem like everything is reset. And you have to reapply settings and all sorts of stuff. So maybe that's what happened. But yeah, I don't know. YouTube suppressing RPM. YouTube is suppressing RPM. Oh man. Scape, what's going on? I got a YouTube notification for Rabid, but not for Twitchster. Interesting. I feel like my miners, I heat my house in the winter. Yeah, a lot of people do that. A lot of people do that for sure. They like to heat their house. I never really did, but again, that depends where you live also. Like example where I am, natural gas is fairly cheap. So, I save money in theory heating my house with the natural gas in the furnace than I would be by heating my house with mining rigs. Because if I keep my mining rigs cool, I save that much more and running them a lot more efficient because they use so much less power when they're cold that, it offsets my power costs a lot cheaper, and then it saves me that much more power than what I would be using to save on heating my house. That makes sense. But then, the east coast of, like, say, Canada, for an example, or depending where you are, you might not have, but they heat their houses with oil and stuff. So then they got to pay transports, and then they got to use oil, and it's a pain in the butt to get it all started. And then, it just costs a lot more, and it's expensive to heat your house that way, depending where you are. Maybe oil's cheap where you are also. But, on the east coast of Canada, some places still use oil and everything, and it costs quite a bit. So in that aspect, then yeah, it would probably make a lot of sense to heat your house. So, it's never one way matters, heat your house in the winter. It's the best thing to do. You see that? Heat your house, heat your house, heat your house. But you gotta remember, people, you're talking, like, as a YouTuber, you're talking to people worldwide. So you gotta also have everything opened up to fit different demographics. You know what I mean? Like, nothing is ever one size fits all. So yeah, heating your house works great over here, but it doesn't over there, and it doesn't for me. But a lot of people, it works great for. So, there's a lot of different scenarios that you really got to think about when you're trying to showcase something or say something and things like that. Panda got Chinese internet. No, he doesn't. What happened to that though? I remember seeing it, like, put a speed test up on X there a few weeks back, maybe it was a month ago, and his internet was super slow. And he's supposed to have like 3 gigabyte internet. What's happening? I see you there, Max Voltage. What's going on? Good afternoon. What's going down? Rud Putz is still rocking it. Let's just do this again.
Rud Putz, what is happening? Rud Putz.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like doing that with Red Putz. Did I see Budweiser? I don't even know if I saw Budweiser, but I'm going to do it anyway. Budweiser. Yeah, I don't know. Did I see that? I'm not even sure. You're being invaded by the... Oh, interesting. Panda's being invaded by them. I wonder. You use the cold outside air to cool the rigs. Yeah, that's what I do. Nice cold outside air. I open a door and then it turns minus 40. Then all my rigs crack and explode. I've done okay recently. Speculative mining BC2 since earlier September. Getting cold in PA now. Time to turn them into the house now. Okay, yeah. What is that at now? I wonder. This is non-KYC. What is? Okay, engage, go, blah blah. Yeah, okay, yep, okay. Markets. What's BC2 at these days? BC2. Doesn't look like that crash affected it too much, huh? The low of the day was $1.14. The high was $1.48. It's down quite a bit from the $2 mark. What did it hit? A little over $2 when it peaked? Let's just see here. Where's the peak? Right here. 236 or something. Wow, 235, 236. Nice. Yeah, imagine people reminding back here, like, oh, it doesn't even go back far enough. This used to only be like a few cents, wasn't it? Then it shot up to over $2. That is insane. Who would have thought? Like, I'm always like, any coin that tries to compare itself with Bitcoin, it's either a rug pull or it's not going to do anything. Everyone's saying, like, we're the next Bitcoin. We're going to beat Bitcoin. Kaspa is one of those that, I don't know if it's a bot army that constantly says that or what. It's probably just a bot army. I have no idea. But, like, Bitcoin. You know, any coin, they usually always fail. And now you have a coin that comes out. Like, let's just look. Like, what? I don't even remember what the frickin' website is. Let's go BC2 here. Scrolling down. Where are the websites? Past it. Failed. There we go. Right here. Whoa, it changed. The website's different than it used to be. Something is not the same. Okay. Anyway, so they got a website update. But here we see Bitcoin 2, the second chance. So, the community runs sister chain that mirrors Bitcoin's first principle rules. SHA-256 proof of work, a fresh Genesis block and transparent supply tracking backed by community operated explorers. So this isn't a fork. They actually just redid Bitcoin pretty much exactly, but on their own thing. They didn't just fork the chain. They wrote it from scratch, supposedly. Anyway, none of that doesn't matter. But so I talk about coins that claim they're going to be the next Bitcoin. They're going to do the next Bitcoin crap. Now you have a coin that comes out that even uses Bitcoin's name, 100% wants to be the next Bitcoin, and somehow it's doing something. Like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, it's doing things. Absolutely insane. So I don't know. Like, I haven't mined it for a while. My Can-Am 220 terahash miner has been broken for over a month now, supposedly. I don't know what's going on. I'm waiting for it to get looked at. But I used to have that thing solo mining over at terahashes and then moved to the new location and it doesn't want to work anymore. So we'll see. It's on their repair list, supposedly, but I don't know what's happening. Hopefully it gets fixed soon. But yeah, so I haven't really had a chance to try to mine this or anything, but we'll see what happens in the future. Very interesting stuff. But yeah, I'm coin that literally is trying to be Bitcoin 2.0 is actually doing stuff. We're using coins. I'm just like, if they're saying anything to a Bitcoin, like, this is going to be a rug or something. And now we have something that's actually doing something. Like, it's crazy. Who would have thought? Like, you never know what coin is going to do what at any time. Like, you just don't know. Now, ETC is what BTC should have been, Charles Hoskinson. Case Rocker, my power rates went up to 15 cents per kilowatt hour. So I have my Avalon A15 Pro hosted over at Iowa Mining. I've heard of that one, but I've never talked to them or anything. So that's interesting. Iowa Mining. I gotta look at them. It's nice we see a voucher there for them though. So that's awesome. What else was I gonna check out? I don't even remember. Oh, I guess I'm on this. So let's just keep talking. What's going on in the chat here? I started buying in at 18 cents. Yo, Rizzo, isn't that from Greece? Rizzo? Just Creed. Time to launch Bitcoin 3, the ultimate proof of work revenge. That's what Ryan Doherty. Yeah, I was thinking that the other day. I was like, wait till Bitcoin 3 releases and see what happens. Like, oh, I have a bad feeling. If that did happen, I have a bad feeling. Because people are going to see what happens. If Bitcoin 3 released, remember, not financial advice, but here's my theory. I think that Bitcoin 3 would be a lithium. When it came to, like, when we were talking about ASIC miners and stuff, because a lithium burnt so many people, unless it gets some magical pump right now. I don't know. But a lithium burnt a lot of people who purchased those miners. Because I talk about this all the time. Like, think about it. Early Kaspa miners made so much money. It was absolutely insane. The first ASIC releasing on the chain, just did incredibly well. They're expensive, but they still ROI'd very fast. And plus, Kaspa was doing his 20-cent pump and everything at the time. It was just absolutely insane. Everything just led to the perfect storm to make the perfect smiley face. You know what I mean? When it comes to crypto, it's just the perfect thing that could happen was Kaspa, right? Now, all of a sudden, you know, it's not Kaspa anymore. Everything's dying on that, and it's not profitable, and it's just a horrible thing to mine. But moving forward, right after that, Alephium started getting its first ASIC. So a lot of people from early Kaspa FOMO'd the crap into Alephium, thinking, yes, another chance, another one, first ASIC for this. And they had a big batch ready, and everyone just bought a whole bunch of miners, right? So then all of a sudden, day one, the network hash rate just ballooned, and the price didn't follow that. And it just hurt everybody. Like, these things might never ROI for anyone from the first batch. Like, it's just a horrible, horrible investment and just bad thing. So that's when I refer to some of these things, like, you know, the Kaspa Alephium thing is how it works. Like, Kaspa did so well, people FOMO'd the crap into Alephium, and it didn't do that at all. And so, like, that's what I think would happen with a Bitcoin 3. Now we see, obviously, Bitcoin's doing its thing. Bitcoin 2 came in, everyone's like, wow, now Bitcoin 3 would emerge, and people are going to FOMO the crap into it, hoping for a Bitcoin 2. And what's going to happen? Nothing. Rug pull or something bad. Like, so be very careful, guys. Be very careful. It's going to be insane. Will adapt to that. I got one of those damn ASICs. Yeah. So how is it doing? I never did get an Alephium ASIC, but I was a loser. Oh, man. Don't think like that. You got to keep your head up. But yeah, like, that was a rough one. That was a rough one. Like, I wonder, how didn't DJ get like 20 of them? Like, he got a lot. And I'm not sure how well they're doing right now, but yeah, I don't know. What about the BTC SV2 Bitcoin Silver? It also has pumped a bit. Bitcoin Silver. I'm not sure which one. I don't even know which one is Bitcoin Silver. I'm not sure which one that is. BTC. Oh, is that Satoshi? No, that's not the Satoshi Vision one. The Satoshi Vision one is the bad one. Very bad one. Well, I'm not sure yet what that one is. Yeah, I got burnt on the AL0. Oh yeah, and ETC. Okay, how speaking of ETC, has that done like where the heck do I have this? Okay, let's go to my watch list. What do we got here? Let's just take a look first at some game. Whoa, Ironfish rebound. Nice. Now, I don't know what Ironfish's all-time high was. Is this actually? No, it's not nice. Not nice at all. This is not nice. We don't even have a Batman. We have a melted Batman face. Like, he got pummeled. We have an ear here, half a face, and it's like, this is like detached, getting torn apart. So we don't even have a Batman with Ironfish, and that's sad. That's sad if there's no Batman, right? Right, guys? Am I right? It's all about the Batman. Dynex, no, it's still down. BNB, ETC. So yeah, that's what we want to look at. Yeah, 118. We're at 16. Like, ooh, rough times. Yeah, and that was mid times. Yeah, this middle altcoin season didn't really hit. You know, what was that? January, February, March, April, the May spike did not happen this time. So we're still kind of hoping for that. Hope, like, this is this year, and we haven't really seen anything do anything. So hopefully we're going to see, like, I don't know, some type of rocket ship, but that's looking rough. The Ergo's another one that always does something, but hasn't done anything yet right now as well. Like 2017, it did a massive spike. 2021, it did a massive spike. We're still waiting for it. It's not doing anything. This is another one I was hoping would do something because it keeps doing it. So I don't know. Just like XMR did its run already. So it happened for Monero, but it hasn't happened for Ergo yet. Now, will it happen for Ergo? That's the question. We don't know. This happened to later on in the year, so we still might have a chance. Not 100% sure. Yeah, we're still waiting on the old Ergo. But Vitalik's runaway child. Vitalik. Privacy coins rose before Friday's dip. Did they really? Let's take a look at XMR again. Monero running into here. Oh, they did, didn't they? No, wait. When is that? No, that was a long time ago. Let's go into the 7-day here. Monero looks like it had a rough time too. Up, 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 down. Like what did Monero? 269. Not. No, it's at 309. I hit a block of Terracoin with my Bidax, whatever that is, worth about 2 cents. Terracoin. Yeah, I'm not sure what Terracoin is. Let's take a look at that. I've heard it and I've seen it. I think I've hit a block on that, but I'm not 100% sure what it is. So it's 331 petahash on it. It's worth 1 cent. What's a block reward? What's a block reward worth for this? Let's find out. Night mode, engage. Block time. Reward is 2.25. So you hit a block, 1 cent. So you got like you got like 5 cents. You got more than 2 cents. 2.25, and it's worth a little over a penny and a half almost. So yeah, you got a few cents. So that's decent. You got a few cents. I hit Terracoin. Hit 4 today. So you made like 20 cents. Nice. Well, maybe under like 16, 17 cents. Oh man. Ergo's just taking coins after 3 years sitting. That is true. Is it 3 years or is it 4 years? I thought it was every 4 years, but maybe it's 3 years. But yeah, you got to make sure you go into your wallet and do the dust removal thing. That way they can't take your coins. I did that. I made a video on it not too long ago, so I'm not sure when I last did it. I wonder if I bring it up right quick. Search videos, Ergo. How to no. Okay, I can't find anything for it. Ergo wallet dust. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I did a video on it, but maybe I didn't. Guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, you gotta do something with your wallet to make sure it doesn't turn to dust, and then Ergo takes it and gives it to the miners. It says a very small amount, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. But TAO for 295 yesterday, just sold for 383. Max voltage, nice. Oh wow, nice. That's like 50%. Not quite 50, 25%. Is that 25%? Almost 25%. But still, that's decent. That's pretty nice. I sold my house and bought Doge. So I don't know if that was a good idea or not. Just kidding. I didn't do that. I did get a little bit of Doge though. Let me just take a look. Where is it? What's Doge at right now? Actually, I grabbed some of my tax money is what I did. I had some money stashed away for taxes, and then when it dipped, like where is it? What did it dip to? I got it at where? About right here. No, a little bit. I got about right here is when I put some of my tax money in Doge. Yeah, it was about right here. And it scared me because yesterday I seen this going even lower. I'm like, oh no, there goes all my taxes. I'm screwed. And now we're kind of, coming up a bit. So I'm up a little bit, but I'm hoping we, go back to, 26 would be nice, but I'm happy at back to 24 or whatever is that in this area before the crash. And I'll be like, okay, now, I got my tax money, a little extra tax money now, but I'm still waiting. So that's what I did. Not financial advice. I have no idea. But hopefully we can just get back to the normal level again, and I'm kind of be happy. That's all I'm hoping for. Normal level. Mining BC2 on MD with Seal Miner A2 and 3 S19XPs making coins. Nice. What's Miner? Nice. What is your power cost running them bad boys? I have a lot in tangent. Nice. A lot in tangent. Tax money equals my money now. Paragon miner. Oh man. You know what? Let's run through that. Let's take a look. Where do I have? Let's see what's BTC axis. Let's see what's more profitable right now. Is it Bitcoin? Because every time I've checked on it, Bitcoin has been more profitable to mine than BC2. Therefore, if you are mining, Bitcoin, you could just swap it into BC2 and you get more BC2 coins if that's really what you want to do. So let's just kind of run through the network now to see what things are looking like. So let's go to BC2. Coming into here. So we're sitting at, the hash rate is down. Oh, the block time is freaking insane again. 3 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 6 hours ago, 7 hours, 18, 19. Like, there hasn't been a block for over an hour. Oh man, like 3,200 seconds for a block time today. Anyway, let's see what it's looking like. Like, I don't even know. Like, the block time is crazy. So 59.53 petahash. 59.53 petahash. Oh yeah, it's way down now. 59. 59.53 petahash. I just gotta make sure that's correct in here. 59.53. Oh, 59.53. So terahash 59530, 59530, 59. Yeah, I got that right. All right, so 220 terahash. That's my Canon A15 there. The price is currently sitting at about $1.39. Now the block time though. That's the big thing. The block time. Let's just adjust this. 139, 139. Let's do this one also. 59, 59, 530. Okay, anyway. So we got to figure out the block time now. 86,400 seconds in a day. So we're going to go 86,400. Divide that by the current block time is 3,200 seconds. That's only 27 blocks a day. Times that by 50, 1,350 coins a day. That's very, very low. That's very, very low right now. So based on that, you're getting 69 cents a day with, I don't even know, with freaking 220 terahash. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad right now. Crazy. Like, what's the average block? It's supposed to be about 480 though, right? 480, same as Bitcoin or something. Let's go 86,400 divided by 480. 180. Let's just double check with Bitcoin. Double check with Bitcoin to see where we're at here. 561. Okay, we'll go 561. 561. So that's 154 blocks. Times that by 50 for the block reward of 50, 7,700. So if it's where it's supposed to be, it should be 7,700 coins a day. 7,700. So right here. So that'd be $39 a day. But is that actually where it's going to sit? I don't know. It's been all over the place. So that's a pretty big gap depending on how the chain wants to do its thing. Anywhere from 69 cents a day to almost $40 a day on 220 terahash. Oh wait, I got this wrong. We got to up the network hash rate here. No, drop it. Oh, there we go. I had that wrong. There we go. 6. There we go. There we go. So $6.93. I had his extra zero on there. So now we can see right now, currently we're at $6.93, which I think seems pretty accurate. And or you could be at $39 a day, which I don't think is accurate, because once that happens and we do adjust to whatever that faster difficulty here, obviously a lot of hash rate is going to come back on, and this is going to drop severely. And it doesn't take much hash rate, because remember, even at this, that's only $10,000 a day. That is not very much money, considering these are Bitcoin ASICs. So now let's just compare that to Bitcoin. So we're at 500. That should be the same, but we'll just double check here. We got 114,304, 114,304, 114,304 in terms of price. $54.8 million a day. That's insane. So right now, think about that. $4.8 million a day is what Bitcoin's paying right now. That's what Ethereum was paying GPU miners back in the day. Let's just look at this. Ethereum. It's actually even more. $62.2 million is what Ethereum was paying GPU miners when it peaked up to about $4,600 there in 2021. 62.2 million. That's still more than what Bitcoin is paying people right now. That's how insane of a level Ethereum was for GPUs. That is absolutely insane. I just thought I'd bring that up and, break all our spirits and go back to where nothing's profitable again. Oh man. All right, so let's come back into here. Let's take a look. So 561 is the block time. We're gonna go 86,400 divided by 561, 154. Now times up by what? What's the Bitcoin block reward now? 1.12? Is that what it's at? We got where's Mining Dutch? That's the easiest one to see. Mining Dutch. 1.12 is a 1.21. What am I thinking? One. That's next happening. 3.14. Duh. Why am I thinking one? Hey guys, I'm like 4 years ahead of us, so you guys better be paying attention because what's about to happen will blow your minds. I'm 3 years ahead. I'm like way ahead already on the next halving. Oh man, I'm from the future. 3.14. So 483 Bitcoin a day. Oh man. Okay. 483 Bitcoin per day. Bam. So we got $10.20 a day versus $6. So it's still looking like mining Bitcoin is more profitable, obviously, unless the network drops down to Bitcoin speed, then it'll be technically almost $40 a day. So we got to wait for that to happen. So pay attention to this. There could be times where, the difficulty will adjust down on BC2 and then it gets super profitable, but you got to be quick and then you got to catch it when this finally adjusts. But, right now it's super slow. You're finding, man, it's been 68 minutes since the last block. It's very slow right now. Very, very slow. Craziness. Still, need the wall, boys. I build large battery and solar for work, so I built a crypto rig with 120 kilowatt hours storage and 90 to 150 kilowatt hours daily production. I still use 10 megawatts monthly, but I run 7 miners. Megawatts? You use 10 megawatts? That is insane. Still need the wall, but transfer to wallet BC2 is like almost 1 BC2. What? Transfer to wallet BC2 is like almost 1, like fees? It costs you 1 BC2 to transfer coins? Or what do you mean? Is that what you're saying? It's expensive to use it, to send stuff? The network? Oh yeah, probably actually because it's so slow. Okay, and that makes sense. The fees are extremely high because the network's not moving. I don't know. Rumors are that Friday's dip was related to a Binance exploit. Binance valued collateral using its internal order books instead of external oracles. It was announced October 6th, but not fully fixed. So Binance destroyed the market? I don't know. I think it seems fishy. There's a lot of insider stuff we talked about earlier where like 300 and some million of S was shorted 30 minutes before the announcement. Like, that not an obvious insider thing? And then right after the announcement is when everything happened. So did Binance, unless Binance is covering something, that makes sense. Maybe there's going to be a big investigation 2 years down the road. Binance turns into FTX. No, I have no idea what's going on. I'm just speculating at this point. But imagine that. Imagine if Binance was the next FTX. Oh man, that'd be insane. I build my own LiFePo 4 battery pack, so over 5 years, yes, it'll be worth it. That's crazy. It's been many hours time. Yeah, BC2 verification of the block has been many hours time. Yeah, it's very slow right now. It's breaking because every time, like right when I noticed it day one, like see these gaps right here? It was doing good. This is when it's first started kind of doing its, getting its price gains. Can you really see this? Let's just kind of find a different one here so you guys can see. Nope. There we go. So when we looked at it, we first did a video on it, we were only right here in difficulty. And so the price started going up and then a bunch of hash rate came on. And then a bunch more hash rate came on. So you can see how close together the difficulty adjustments were because all this hash rate came on. Like this hit 1 exahash at one point. We're hardly at anything right now. We're at 59 petahash. So 1,000 petahash is an exahash. So we have no network hash rate compared to what was there. So what happened was 1 exahash from somebody was coming online, whether it's via BTC was trying to capitalize on people or something, they flipped on their node and turned it off or something. And someone pretty much stole all the blocks, very fast blocks. It was like 70-second block times. I looked at the numbers and it was making an insane amount of money on BC2. That's because all this hash rate came in and a ton of blocks are being found. Then this hash rate, the difficulty adjusted And then you can see here, and see how look how and it took so much longer. Look how quick these quick adjustments were. Right here, first adjustment here, this adjustment here. This is all the time it took to adjust to there. And then look how long it took to adjust to here, because that hash rate then just left. And then as it adjusted a bit, it came back again, and then it skyrocketed. Now this could be even longer. Like, it's going to take a long time to adjust down, because now there's hardly any hash rate. So now what's going on here, and I said, like, there's going to be a bunch of manipulation going on here, is every time this adjusts down a bit, that huge player is going to come back, take all the blocks, make mad amounts of money, and then just ditch everyone. And everyone that's, you know, oh, BC2 is awesome. Like, everyone, like, no offense to you guys in the chat right now who's mining it, you know, awesome, mine whatever you want, but you're being played. You guys are left stuck mining a blockchain that's no longer moving now. You're not finding any blocks hardly. Like, 73 minutes since you've seen the last block. It's slowed right down. And now you guys are left trying to move the blockchain. Then once you get a few blocks found, which is going to take forever, and you got no profits coming in at all because it's so slow, it'll adjust down. This big guy is going to come back and screw you right over again. Take them all again once it adjusts down, and then leave you guys to move the blockchain on again. So you guys got to be careful with things. This is exactly kind of what happened with Ergo. Small blockchains can't have these type of difficulty adjustments, these slow ones. It just doesn't work. Ergo did it. They think, oh, because Bitcoin did it, it works for them, so we can do it. Bitcoin has dedicated hash that's not leaving it. Sure, you get some ups and downs and stuff, but you're not getting swings of 80% of the network moving on and off again, like we Ergo seen when ETH went to POS. So, you know, all the miners went there because it took a while for the difficulty to adjust up. So it was profitable, and everybody warned them. We said, hey, everyone move here because it takes a while for this thing to adjust, and we're going to have profits for a while. Then the difficulty skyrocketed and everyone left. And it took a month to find a block because everybody just took off. Now, all the dedicated Ergo people were left mining the chain, and Ergo was, you know, asking YouTubers, asking everyone to get the word out to help move their blockchain along for free at no cost, you know, donating your power to help get Ergo back on track to normal block times again. So it was insane. And that's kind of what's going on here, is a big player with a ton of hash rate is pretty much screwing over all of the little guys out there who actually want to mine and support this coin. So that's kind of what's going on here. And now you guys are left mining a barely moving blockchain, and he's just going to come back once the difficulty goes back down. So pay attention to those things. You're being played right now. Mine Bitcoin and swap it to BC2 if you truly want Bitcoin too. Mine Bitcoin. You're getting more value out of it, and you'll get more coins doing that. Yeah, it's Ergo. It is. Anything that adjusts slow like that and you're seeing hash rate jumps, it is Ergo 100% again. It's just the way. You just can't do that with small blockchains. You start off with a fast block with difficulty adjusting fast, and then maybe eventually long term, if you have dedicated hash and people that love the coin, you can change it to that if that's your case. But no, especially starting off, you need fast adjusting difficulties. Big swings in BTC are when a country bans mining and closes mines. Yeah, that's very true, 100%. This problem is why I mine the multiport and convert to BC2. No lag. There you go. So did Quadridge, Ryan? Yep, I think it is BitAxes on BC2. Probably. It's a lot of BitAxes, but you know, it's a good chance that is probably what it is. Just a bunch of, you know, solo miners. There's probably some people are normally mining it too, but yeah. Ergo took ETCX count, then tried to return it. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was a while ago. Why did that even happen? I don't even understand what the whole thing going on with that Ergo and ETC was. BitAxes. That's all we had. Craziness. Yeah. Anyway, guys, so yeah, it is Sunday. I guess we're going to wrap this one up. It's been great talking to all you guys. I appreciate you all for showing up for this live stream. Remember, always share the videos around. If you're looking for the ASICs, the new batch of XT miners, all that stuff, links and discount codes and all sorts of stuff is in there. Big Prime deals are on. I got a link to Amazon down there for that if you want to, and you just got to like click on it, search anything you want, and then, you know, it's no extra cost to you. So help support the channel by using them links in the description. Love you all. I will see you all in the next one.
Rabid out.